Oi, 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 oi! It's the Cockney Buddha. And I'm here in sunny Florida. It was actually a little cooler this morning. It's kind of weird. Went out there to let the dog out and I'm like, it's interesting. Humidity's a little down. And we're at the beginning of June. So this one came up for me through the week and been dealing with it a little bit. And it kind of came to a bit of a head after my therapy session this week. So I wanted to share it because I used my tools and I want to tell you what I did with the tools. Get myself out of a bit of a situation when it comes down to, you know, some anger as well. So I hope everybody's doing well out there and having a decent week. Like I said, I'm the Cockney Buddha and I live here in sunny Florida. I do have a certification in counselling and I love my work, I really do. And I use this as a way of getting out there and sending a message out there, especially when things happen to me that I can share. It's all about helping another person. That's what this is all about. That's why I do this. And wanted to tell you a little bit about what happened to me this week. After I have my therapy sessions on Thursdays. And, you know, I love my therapy. I love my Judith. Big shout out to Judith. I love her to death. Absolutely love her to death. Somebody I'd take bullets for, let me tell you. Mate, amazing lady. It's put me on a track that, you know, yeah, of course, there's always the downers, but she's always there for the downers just as much as she's there for the joy. So Thursday, you know, let me start somewhere, because I'm kind of starting in the beginning here. I seem to do that with a story, but without going into really too much detail, I've been dealing with a little bit of I say a little bit, I've been dealing with quite a lot of anger. Not a little bit, quite a lot, which I'm going to do, you know, I want to do a podcast around anger, maybe talk to some people around it that deal with it and how they work with it. I don't know yet, don't know how I'm going to go about it, but it's quite a big subject. I'd even like to interview maybe somebody on it and talk to them and what they do and kind of converse, because I deal with the anger myself and rage. Rage is a big thing. It all comes from pretty much bullying is like a quite a big root. So I've gone the other way. Instead of cowering, I went the other way to where now if anybody kind of tries to step on toes or anything like that, or I feel I'm getting taken advantage of, boom. And it depends on the situation. But yeah. Pretty much stems back to bullying. And even though I report bullying just like it's, you know, like it happens to everybody, my wife and my therapist have both said, no. And there was, you know, it's pretty, and then they, you know, which I had a hard time. I've actually only just come to the conclusion and acceptance of when my therapist said you're showing PTSD because of it. I just threw it out as like, no, it wasn't that bad, because I wasn't looking at it as that bad, the bullying. But yeah. And now these are the things, you know, that you work on in therapy, because when I was sitting in front of my therapist this week and telling him the story of what happened and the different emotional areas that I went to and how I pulled myself out of it. In fact, I didn't even realize I was doing what I was doing, because I wasn't getting much credit. I wasn't getting much credit for like stopping what I was doing, because I think everybody just didn't see it really. There was one person that came walking towards me. Big shout out to Jen. Came walking towards me with I knew the look on her face, like, what's going on? And yeah, right. But no, anyway, so there I am reporting what happened because it bothered me in kind of a pretty much calm manner, just like I'm really talking to you. Just so you know, there might have been a couple of areas where I was a little bit louder or something, but and then all of a sudden it got connected, which I wasn't connecting it, back to bullying and bully. And I'm like, oh, and I sat back in my chair and I thought, oh shit. Then I felt the anger coming. I felt that anger coming up. And straight away I said to Judith, I'm like, right, hold up. I got the anger coming on. So she's like, you have? And I'm like, yeah. I said, you've hit a nerve. You've definitely hit a nerve. Because then I was having visions of all different things that I seen, and then going to my own bullying, and you know, you start kind of flashing. And then I've only just really come to the conclusion, well, like I say, the realization of, oh, that's what PTSD is. Because I kept on saying, no, I'm all right, you know, no, I'm all right. But no, I get, it's definitely, it's there. It's there. There's no doubt about it. And, you know, I've been tested today when my anger's been bleeding, bothering me and jumping. And anyway, getting back to the story. So Thursday, I reported to my therapist, just telling the story, what's going on, and break away from it. You know, the therapy's done. Was getting ready to go up to the pool because my oldest was in school, and my youngest is off now because she just graduated. Well done, Gabbo, brilliant. She just graduated, and my wife has been off a week, so I was going to go up the pool, and I was all right. I was like looking forward to it, cool, ready to go. You know, going to spend a bit of time with the fam, and chill out in the water for a little bit. Banging, looking forward to it. Just had a decent session, come up with some conclusions, which happened to be the reasons why I kind of went the way I did, I think. I believe I should say. So I go and get me shorts on. Already I'm kind of a bit bothered because I'm like, oh, I'm looking through my shorts. I'm like, I ain't got any with liners in them. And please, can anybody tell me if you can actually buy the liners, just because my shorts, I've got all bolt shorts. And even though I just wear them like that, but, you know, I guess I've got this, because my missus is like, well, you got liners in. And I'm thinking, do I have to have liners in my shirt? I don't know. What do I know, right? What do I know? But anyway, so I go and look, and I'm already getting a little bit bothered. I'm noticing I'm just getting a little bit bothered. And I just put a pair of shorts on, I'm coming out, and all of a sudden I'm just going to meltdown. Start bloody, like, holy shit, man. Runaway train, you know? It was like, oh, damn, hold up. And, yeah, it was starting to, I could tell it was going into sadness really quick. Like really quick, and I've been, you know, I've been there before, but now I've got tools. Instead of just letting it just go, right, you piece of shit, I'm going to destroy you. You know, the you know that feeling when you're like, oh no, and that's it, a runaway train. You're in bed, you're freaking for hours, you're crying, you oh god, end of the world is coming. You can't freaking cope. You know, you're not showering. It gets there, right? But I use my tools. I said to her, the first thing was, right, okay, I'm not going up to the pool. Let's establish that first. Because I didn't want to play victim, because I could already tell, I'm like, oh my God, I broke down, my freaking daughter, me daughter's seeing it, you know, seeing her dad freaking like lose it, and I said to me, missus, listen, hey, I'm gonna like, and she goes, no, come up, and I'm like, no, I gotta sort this out. And I walked out, I got a meditation room, thank God I have. It's a blessing to be in a position to have a meditation room, and it's, you know, it's just a room in the house that I've done out, you know, it's not something we built for it, it's a room that I'm like, yeah, it'd be a great place to be able to just, it used to be a drum room. I used to have my drums in there because I had a kit at the other house, and then I thought, yeah, I want to set the drums up where I can just leave them set up. And now it's just the drums are up in the attic, and it's a meditation room, and it's got Buddhists and Ganesh and Hamsars, and it's got everything in there, big old bean bags. And anyway, so I was like, right, get in that room, because I don't even allow shoes in the room. For me, it's a very spiritual area for me. I can walk into that room and just know it just feels right. It's where I do my Sunday morning lot. By the way, go and check that out. Oi, oi. Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, US Eastern Time. Come and check me out on my channel. Go and give me some love. Go and hit the subscribe and the like and that for me if you would. And come and check me out. I do it live on. I wasn't going to do it this Sunday. I was going to take a break, but I thought, no, you know what? I'm gonna bang it out there. So come and check me out. 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We do a little breath work, a little meditation, and then we have a little bit of a chat. But so anyway, I thought, right, get in there. Get your app up, because I've got an app, by the way, Insight Timer, another big oi, Insight Timer. Great app to load up onto your phone. They, tell them that friggin' Cockney Buddha sent you, right? Give me a bit of a shout. Give me some, give me something, right? Big shout out to them, Insight Timer. They're a good little app. I use it all the time. I subscribe to it. Hey, I know you could do that for me, Insight Time, and you can help me out. Give me a year, because I've got so many people that you don't even know that I've sent your way that are using that app. And I tell you, every time, like, right, get yourself Insight Timer. I've so many people. So big shout to them. And I brought that up, and I thought, right, and I looked down, because you can time, you've got a timer on there thing where it'll ask you, like, how long do you want to meditate for? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15. You can go right up to hour plus, and then it will give you the meditations for that. But I always like to do at least a good 15, 20 minutes. So I start flicking down, and I can't remember what the meditation was. I wish I could remember now. I should have wrote it. Well, not should, but it would have been a better choice to write it down and mention it, and then you could have had a little look at it. But anyway, so anyway, I hit this meditation, and I go into this meditation, which was really good. I do that. I come out of it, and I'm like, no, I need more. So I went into Wim Hof breathing, and I did. I've got an app, not an app. I go into YouTube and I look up Wim Hof. He's got a bunch of different breath works on there. The one I do is 30 breaths, breathe out, suspend the breath for a minute, and then you do 2 more rounds of that, 30 breaths, last breath all the way out, suspend the breath, and you do 1.5 minutes each one. And if I'm feeling good, which I did on this, I came out of that, and then I do another couple of rounds of 30 breaths, breathe in, suspend the breath at the top, and keep going until you're like, when you've been underwater and you're looking up at the top and you're like, oh my God, I'm running out of air and I don't know if I'm going to make. You get to that point, and then I breathe out, and then take a big breath, and then do it again, and then I did that, and I knew I needed more, so I think I did a little bit more meditation work, if I remember rightly. Yeah, it was like a 7-minute one. I went back into Insight Timer, pulled up like a 7-minute one, and I did that. And then I found another one on Insight Timer again, big ups, which was another breath work, which was like Wim Hof. I saved it because it was a good one. It was like Wim Hof, but it was 4 rounds of, I think it was 40 breaths, but like, it was like a slowed down version of Breath of Fire, if you know what that is, which is, Breath of Fire, you're going, when you did this one, you were going, so it wasn't quite Wim Hof, but it wasn't far. It was like an in-between. And you did that for a bit, and then you suspended the breath for a couple of minutes or so, and there was 4 rounds of that. And when I came out of that, I was like, okay, now I feel different. And it's a matter of getting those tools moving, guys. It's a matter of getting those. It's a matter of falling back on the things you know. And I'm going to mention Dan Cov. Big shout to Dan Cov out there, who it stuck in my head. You know what to do. I still say it. I think I mentioned it today. Yeah, I did. I mentioned it today. I mentioned it today to somebody. And it's come up in my mind a few times. You know what to do. And he said that when I was like freaking thought I was about to like snuff it over the Christmas when I caught the bloody flu and the pneumonia on top of it, and I thought, oh yeah, this is it. This is the way I'm going to go. this is it. I'm game on. I'm on my way up, and he came up. He asked me. He's like, hey, how you doing, man? I ain't heard from you. And I messaged him back. I'm like, yeah, dude, I've got freaking, I'm not doing too well. I'm finding it a bit hard. And he goes, you know what to do. And I thought about it. And I thought, you know what? Be with it. Don't try and go against it. Be with it. So after all that, I did all the meditation and that, and I've had some more. I've had a little bit of more anger floating around today, and it was a matter of tuning in again and finding out. I got a hold of Beckett Johnson, by the way. Go and check that out. Friday mornings, 12 noon at the minute, I believe, Eastern Time US on Beckett Johnson's channel. If you go and check that out, we do a live on there. We ain't been doing it that long. We didn't do it this Friday. We took a break and had a chat and wanted to figure some things out, which turned into a great conversation. But go and check him out. But I messaged him today, and I'm like, dude, what's going on with you? I'm like angry as shit. And he mentioned a couple of things and about tuning into the, spirit guides and that, and which I did. And I'm like, right, what are you freaking showing me here? Just be with it. Just don't, because the more I was trying to fight it and not look for the solution, like the reasons why or why am I being like this, the worse it was getting. The anger was getting worse. And like I said, I have a problem with bloody anger and rage. I can flip a switch depending on what, but I've been getting really, really good at navigating it more. And today was another one. Even though I popped a couple of times, anger popped off, not so much rage. Well, there was one, but I calmed it really damn quick, like really quick. Within freaking few seconds, I calmed it quick. Which again, win for me. But it was all of a sudden, when I was like, okay, freaking be with the anger. Don't try and fight the anger. Just be, what's going on here? Yeah, what are you trying to teach me? What are you trying to show me? And it was that all of a sudden that answer to the PTSD thing came up. It was the strangest thing. I don't know why. I don't know why. Well, I guess I do know why, because I have questioned it for quite some time. Like, no, that ain't me. Even though my therapist is like, well, I'm going, well, as well. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I know people have been through a lot, but again, I play mine down. Don't play down your trauma, guys. Other people, may have had it tough and all that, but I was pretty much denying it, even though I would say, I've got some PTSD. But I think I was more, I don't know if I was using it as an excuse or what, but I honestly kind of fell into place with it today, because then I was like, what are you trying to bloody show me? And all of a sudden, this bloody thing shows up of like, oh, this is what PTSD is. And I'm like, what? Like questioning it. And like, oh, shit. Like, yeah, looking back, what's happened, the triggers. Because one of the things when I was sitting in front of my therapist on Thursday was I sat back in my chair and I went, hang on a minute. And she's like, what? And I'm like, well, given the situation, it doesn't require the amount of rage that I'm going into. So why am I going there? Which is, again, it opens the mind up to the questioning of where's it going? Why am I so rageful? Well, that's what I mean. It started rooting back. And then, she came up and said, well, bully. And I'm like, fuck. So it was, I believe I was being shown. There was an energy showing me, look, hey, this is what it is. And now I'm hoping, I don't know, because this is all a bit new to me, and I always like, as soon as things start coming on that I'm not, that I've not seen before or I've not dealt with before, there's all kinds of things that come up and you're like, hang on, and instead of running away from it, I look at it and go, right, what's going on there? What does that mean then? What can I do with that? And I can start using that now, because now I have another and a better awareness, I guess, a more consciousness of it, I guess. So being in touch with the anger that way, when you go back to something and you can put your finger on it, you can start going, it's not this situation, and it kind of breaks it for you a little bit. There's a little bit of there's a bit of a difference there, because the anger that you had back then, you can't go back and do anything about, right? But you can do something about the trigger that's in front of you that may not be really the thing, right? Your anger's coming forward, remember. And yes, you may be angry at that situation, and it gets worse because you're backing. That's what I was saying. It was backing up the stuff before that, was backing that up, like an anger against. Because I remember it was an insecurity there with my wife and I at one point, and it kind of touched a nerve with my insecurity, in course, and then the anger comes up with that, but then it's followed with the anger behind it as well. So when you can go, okay, shit, it's coming from there. Now you can do a little bit of something about the anger going forward. And like I say, it's all new territory to me. I'm reporting this as I'm learning it. This is why I love podcasting. This is why I love an outlet because this also helps me to be able to vent it, share it, get feedback on it. Give me your feedback, guys. Send me some comments and that. Give me some feedback, because I know I'm not going through any of this shit alone out there. I know that this is touching people, because I get the comments back, and I hear people say shit. Sometimes someone will post up and go, this freaking hit home, or yeah, needed this, or whatever. So I know people are getting, it's reaching people. And when it comes to anger, it's a massive subject out there. Like I say, I'm going to do a podcast on it probably. I'd like to make it a decent podcast. And I know that Beckett Johnson and me are going to be talking about it at some point. It's a subject that I'd like to bring up and dabble around in it a little bit with Beckett Johnson, because I do have that anger and the rage and shit that goes with it. And now, even though I've been told over and over again, yeah, you're showing signs of PTSD with the bully, and I'm like, now I'm looking at it going, yeah, I see that shit. Damn. Eric, freaking just like, it's crazy. It's crazy, because now I'm aware of the amount of anger. Like, why am I, like today I was getting triggered again, and I'm like, what the bloody hell is going on? And it was, tune into it. Don't push it away. Don't try and fight it. Don't, just be with it. Because when you're with it, you can see. It's when we're trying to fight it, we don't see. We want something gone. Go away. I don't want you, right? Do that with toxic people, right? I bet you're not doing that with toxic people, right? I bet you're not like, yeah, go away. I don't want you around, right? You allow them in. And you do the same thing with this. Don't allow it. Question it. And as soon as you start opening up the subconscious mind, you're opening up a bit of a journey into like an unknown area, because it's maybe not been there. It's never probably been questioned on it. Like, why am I so angry? Like I did. Listen, it's only, again, I'm reporting this as some of this has been happening, because it's the first time that I've sitting in front of she'll tell you, sitting in front of Judith, sitting there and going, hang on a minute. Why that amount? What's going on with why am I so frigging why is it going into ragey? What's going on there? What's the, and there was a few things that I had said that were, and I put my hand up to it and I'm like, yeah, all right, shit, whoops. All right. But it didn't go anywhere. I kept my composure, kept my cool, everything was good, and Judith gave me a whole bunch of props for it and everything, but it was also all of a sudden, shit, meltdown. And it was I believe it was the processing of it again, running through, and especially after, talking, all of a sudden we brought bullying into it, shit, right? Ding, 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 ding. Right, I wish I had a bell button. Can I have a button on this thing? I need to get a bell where I can freaking press it when the light bulb goes off. Dong. But yeah, so just be in touch. Just be in touch with the anger, guys. Right? Because once you get in touch with it, and you start looking at it and keeping your third eye open, then you can start looking a little bit differently at it. And then you can start getting a little bit of start looking at it. And instead of not doing anything about it at all, make yourself that better person and work on it. It all depends on how you're looking at yourself and how you want to really mix in with your surroundings as well, a lot of it. But go and check out my channel, guys, please. Just put in the YouTube Cockney Bird, I should come up. And give me a like and subscribe on my channel and pass me around if you would. Not forgetting that Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Sunday morning, come out and see me on my channel, YouTube channel. It's a good time, I enjoy it, we're building a community. We have the regular people that come out there and support, and it'll be really good to see some more people out there that I know and love, and they're in my community out there. So come and join me on the Sunday. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. We've still got that little bit more to go. Make it count. Do the PPA. Thanks for listening to me, guys. I appreciate every one of you. Love ya.